Hello and welcome to Audrey the Icon Adventures. I'm Connie.
And I'm Daryl.
And this is Audrey the Icon. Here are our little friends, aren't they so cute?
Good morning, everybody. Pack up day today. And thanks to our Facebook friends and family, we now know that these are called apostle birds. And they've come in here for a snack this morning. This is the second time they've been in this morning. So they're not scared of me. Like, they've been within 12 inches of my feet while they've been just kneeling down here. There's a young butcher bird or a small butcher bird here as well. And these guys have got his measure though. So I just wanted to say that we're here at Willow Springs. Oh gosh, crumbs. Don't get in the way of these guys and their crumbs. Far out. You lay in bed and you can hear them and you go, they're back. So anyway, back to this. We're at Willow Springs. We're in campsite Corella number 3. Now, you might pay a little bit more to camp here, $38 a night. Thing is, you get your own portaloo. You share with nobody. And that's looking out to the northeast where Mum and Son's come up. We've got a bit of dew again this morning. So the nearest campsite is about 100 metres down the track from Eddie. So I'll just walk down here and I'll show you what else you get on this campsite. We had to use a leveler ramp on the other side of Audrey because it slopes away because, hey, we're in a valley. And so down here, you might be able to see that you get a table and chairs. There's a couple of big slabs of slate that you can sit on. There's a swinging fry pan or barbecue plate. They have a dedicated fire pit and views really that are second to none, peaceful and quiet, apart from us silly people making videos and taking photos. To get into this campsite, we use low range just to make it easy on Eddie, because there's a few whoop-de-doos. All the camping friends that have been out with us, you'd all get in here, just take it nice and gentle, and it's a fabulous spot. So as I say, we're packing up today. We've had 4 nights here. As you might recall, we did SkyTrek on the first full day here. I do recommend that to everyone that comes here, and leave as early as you can in the morning and just wander along. We were the first people on track, I think, roughly at about 8:30 the other day, and we were the last people off track after 5 o'clock. They say it lasts 7 hours, and we were a long way towards the 9-hour mark. So today we get back on the dirt. So I've already dropped the tyres down in Audrey, and Eddie's tyres are just a comfortable pressure for getting back on the dirt towing anyway. So we've had an awesome time here. The hosts, absolutely lovely people to talk with. So informative to give you the information about doing SkyTrek or to just go explore the area. And I recommend that if you get a chance to come down here, when you're booking, ask if you can get Corella number 3. And then you can come and experience a little bit of the fantastic that we've got to have here over these last 4 days. So there's other things to do, as you've seen in the videos that we've been posting. So a lot of them, we did 185 kilometers yesterday, and that was our biggest day of exploring from here. And wow, we saw some sights. And you may or may not have already seen those in either this video or other videos that we've done. You will see it, and it's just such an awesome area to come and visit. So we do look forward to when we come back, and we found some campgrounds in the national park that we'll tell you about later on, and you can base yourself out of some of those. I do highly recommend coming and staying at Willow Springs. It's priced just right, its facilities are fantastic, and the seclusion that you get when you camp out like this, second to none. Okay, there's another big eagle flying around just here. Probably a little splotch on the screen, unfortunately. Connie's going to see if she can grab a couple of snaps if he comes back this way. We're heading in a southwesterly direction here, and we believe those ranges we can see on the horizon straight ahead down the road there is down in the area of the Bendelby Ranges, which I think is what they call the Southern Flinders Ranges. And over here to the west, more so, and right around is the areas where we've been, or some of the areas we've been playing in over the last 10 days or so. There's that eagle again. Let's see if we can get him. So much glare on the phone screen, I can't tell if we're getting him or not. So hopefully I'm not just showing you blue sky here, people. It's a beautiful bird. Mind you, all of these eagles are beautiful. We've seen a few today. So we're going to push on. It's only a short day today. We're only doing a couple of 100 kilometres. So the way we're going, we'll be there for just a slightly late-ish lunch. And we'll set up, have a relaxing afternoon, do a little exploring at the location we're going to. I'll do a quick shout out to Matt and Lisa from Filthy Off-Road Adventures. They showed us this one on their trip from July last year when they did I think it was a 5-week trip. So they stayed at this place and we went, hey, that's just near where we're going, let's do it. So thank you to them. We've made it to our destination today. Spotted a track off to the left going up and over this hill here. I'm always up for an adventure. Eddie and Audrey are nice and capable, so off we go. We've popped it into low range just to make it nice and easy. It wasn't actually low range required. Just when you do that, it does make it easier on the tow car. You can drive along a lot more comfortably. You can see the beautiful colours in the rock and the surrounding areas, that the blue sky with the nice wispy cloud up there. The audio from the dash cam was too low to actually catch what we said when we were doing this. I know Connie said something and I replied, being confident as I always am, and we get to about here and I'm like, that's a lot steeper than I thought. Now the track also, where we've just turned to the right here, the track also went to the left, and I thought, don't want to go there either. So it's about time to pop it into reverse. Just straightening Audrey a bit there. Pop it into reverse. Let's push Audrey back up behind us and back up a bit of a hill on a loose, shaly surface. And we'll turn around and go back down the way we came from. Anyway, that's the plan. So you can see that I'm jiggling the front of Eddie around a little bit here. This is just to help turn Audrey, to keep her to go up the track rather than having to push her through the scrubby little bush here. And we get to a point very shortly now. And right there, you would have seen the front go left and we weren't going anywhere else. It was right at that point that we had reached the limit of traction and Eddie's back wheels went sideways rather than backwards up the hill. Got a bit of a reaction from Connie, as you can imagine, and I was like, that is not going to work. Let's go forwards again. Give it a crack once. If you don't succeed, come up with a slightly different plan. Pushing Audrey back up that hill, it was just too steep, too slippery a surface for Eddie to have enough traction. Therefore, the only way out is forwards. While I'm walking up and over the hill to our left here, I'm feeling very nervous about getting out of the little predicament that I've put us into. I go up, I have a little bit of a look, and I see that, oh, there's a track that actually comes from about where Connie's standing now and kicks down and around and winds its way down this hill that we've managed to get ourselves on. Well, pardon me, that I have managed to put us onto. So the plan is we're going to go forward, up and around this bit. You can see that's actually quite a lot of traction in front of us there because the track's quite well defined. Made it easy to get up and be able to pull left here and get a lovely view of the sky. Stop here, pick up my gal. You can see the track down there just above Eddie's bonnet line.
It was.
I must say, while you stopped here, it's a beautiful view.
A little bit.
Here we go, heading down this track.
I did.
Oh, you did.
Yeah, I walked part way down.
You get down. I only walked about this far just before. We keep driving along a little bit further along. And then just down to our left here, it was like, oh, I didn't walk far enough to see all these whopping big huge ruts, did I? Very quickly I decided we'd be able to straddle those, and we eased down to it a little bit, and then Connie jumped out and walked down to the bottom, and we got a little footage of Eddie and Audrey coming down this hill. Appreciate it's quite a bit steeper than it looks. I should have looked on the dash at the time and said, oh, we are X degrees. Anyways, here's the footage of us coming down this area.
Coming down a hill at the old gold mine. We went up a side we maybe shouldn't have, so now we're having to come down the other side. There's a big rut here in the middle of the road to go over. Audrey and Eddie getting along well together.
Coming down this hill here, you can see Eddie's front left wheel sliding. The ABS was actually working. The thing is, there's such a light load on that wheel in this particular angle, ruts, etc. There's just not enough traction to actually make the wheel keep going around. Whereas the rear wheel, you see that it kept going around the whole time. So the ABS was doing a little bit of its thing coming down there. Again, coming down super slow to make everything nice and comfortable. If anything, might have been a little better if I was a foot or two over to the right of the screen or the left of our direction of travel. At the same time, I didn't want the right hand side of Audrey falling in either.
Okay, we got over the top, now we've got to get up the hill again. So here comes Daryl, Eddie and Audrey. He's got a few ruts to straddle, thinking it through as he goes.
Okay, we're going to drive up this rutted bit of track up to Connie, nice and gently, low range, first gear.
Here they go.
Pop the locker on just for a little extra traction because some of this surface is a bit slippery. And when we get up here a bit, we have two choices. I've already made my choice which way we're going to go.
Down the bend, first bend.
Pretty sure I've chosen the easier of the two and easier for Audrey. At the moment we're tipped over about 11 degrees side angle at the moment, just here. It's only 4 degrees up. It's not very steep, it's just where we have to go. Instead of taking the high side and going through all the whoop-de-doos, we're going to straddle this rut and come through there nice and gentle with the girl following us.
Coming out to the part where he's going to cross over and straddle the bank.
And this is keeping us fairly flat.
Slow and steady.
And for the little bit of wombat action that we'll have, it's towards the bank of the hill on the right rather than being on the hill to the right and wombat holing towards the rut. So yeah, Audrey's just following very nicely. Front of Eddie's pretty much out of it now. Back of Eddie's just pulling out of it now. There we go. Audrey just went into one of the wombat holes then. She's coming back out.
Audrey just fell into one of the holes. She's going to fall into the next one too. But she made it up. Well done.
Well, here we are. We arrived a while ago. Did a little bit of foot walking and low range four-wheel driving to actually get around to this position. I do believe we came here the difficult way once we arrived at Walker-Ringer Goldfields. Historic gold mine about 35 kilometres north of Yunta. Actually, just come back over here, you'll see those ruins and you see the dirt road down past it. That is the road to Yunta, to the south, which is where we are facing right now. See all the beautiful greenery, and we just keep walking around here. Got some nice ranges off in the distance. I don't know what the names of them are. After setting up, I sat down and had a nice rest, and Connie went for an explore. Then I set the camera up to do a time lapse, quite a long one actually, to just take in the beauty of how the cloud was making its way past us quite quickly. Got that big chimney there to stand out as a nice point of reference. And after this beautiful sunset, we then started playing with some nighttime photography. And then we started seeing if we could photograph satellites, and we had some very interesting results. Initially, these photos were just to take photos of the stars, as we're very, very much learning how to do this. And then when looking at the photos, we started seeing these streaks, because we're always on the lookout for satellites with the naked eye. And these streaks are showing up in the photos, and the camera's hard mounted on a tripod. And it clicked. We're taking photos of satellites without even realizing. So then we started sitting, come on, when's the next one? When's the next one? Bang, and there it was. And we started getting some really bright photos of them. It was just an awesome experience for us.
Good morning from Walker-Ringer Goldfields. How pertinent, we've got a bit of a golden sunrise this morning. We just missed the beautiful oranges and pinks. That's okay. It's very overcast. There's a light breeze again. Still a stunning location. Getting on the road a little bit earlier today. We've got a few things we need to do when we get to the next couple of big towns and to enable us to get out to our next camp. Another place we've wanted to go to for a long time, and all going well, we shall achieve that today. So, up and at it. As I said, the sunrise was beautiful. Must say, everyone that has one of these lifestyle campers knows about the condensation issue. Well, I shouldn't call it an issue, it's just a condensation that you naturally get because you're inside a box. This holiday, I'd have to say we've had condensation on probably 4 mornings, and every other morning not a drop, and today was another of those occasions, and we've been sleeping with the windows all zipped up. So I think a lot of it just comes down to the location and being out here in the nice dry outback. No condensation. So Mama Sun's coming up. She'll fight through this cloud layer for us. And then we've got about 35 kilometres of dirt. And then the rest of today, I believe, will be on the blacktop. So we'll see you a little bit later on.
You can see the chimney poking up in the middle of the screen there, so just down and to the right of that is where we were camped last night. So we've just driven the short distance down here on the flat part of the plain. And we're just having a quick look at this old ruin. 3 chimneys, big veranda out on this northern face. There's nothing on the western face there. So Connie's just looking at the various rooms, and I'm going to make my way up there, so I'm going to have a sticky beak in there as well. Oh, Connie's saying it's got a cellar the whole way underneath, so there you go. All the floor joists, yeah, all the floor joists are gone, and the floor is obviously gone, so there's a decent sized room downstairs there. Then there's more here with a fireplace and a dividing wall. Probably 12, 13 foot ceilings from where the floor level would have been, which you can see the slab just there up top. So it helps keep it cool in summer. Probably not so good for keeping warm in winter with the roof being so high. So all made from the local stone and a very rough mortar. And then they've put some more rough mortar on to smooth the wall off to make it look nice and pretty. And somewhere for all the graffiti morons to write. Somebody forgot his boot. Just make my way. I was obviously a bit more out here for all this to be collapsed. Here we go, we're out from the building a bit now, and there's another hole that was, who knows how deep and used for I don't know what. Yeah, the wall's all the way out here. There we go. I'll come up there in a sec. There's a pipe out the wall there. I wonder if that was some sort of crude plumbing that they had way back when and came out. Connie's saying yes, so we'll get up there and have a look. Might walk up this well-beaten path over the rubble. This is another big patio area, really, isn't it? Because look at where you're standing. And then, yeah, and yeah, there is plumbing down there. And this would have been a water tank, I would say. So this would have been the water tank storage for this house. And that pipe we saw out on the outside wall would be the overflow. And all the roofs caved in because, and there you go, you can see a pipe coming up in the corner, probably came up to a pump that would have sucked it out and then pumped it around as needs be.
I think it was a 2-story because some of the areas are deeper than others.
Yeah.
Over there is really deep, but the rocks are fallen in. So I think it was actually, there was downstairs and upstairs because some of the doorways down, oh, I can't see it in this one, but there's actual doorways down the bottom bit as well.
Okay. I was thinking part of it might have been this is an early edition of a high-rise building where they lifted it 3 or 4 foot off the ground level, and then they had the cellar down the other end and the water tank just behind us there.
It's through the whole lot of it. There's these doorways through into places.
Oh,
so
okay.
I reckon that there was people living downstairs. And the end one's down there's got like a cot in it.
Oh, okay. Don't go to your right because that floor's
you can see the door
that's getting a bit how you're going. Yes. Yeah.
And I'm thinking that would have been an air hole for down the bottom.
Yeah, you see a headboard above it, and there's another headboard there.
It's letting air into that bottom part and light.
Yep.
Because I've seen them around the park.
Just walk away. We just had a little swallow whiz by. We had them up at camp late yesterday afternoon, flying around getting the insects. Lots of rooms in this house and more plumbing laying down there on the ground. It'd be awesome to be able to find the original floor plans or photos of these old buildings.
See, even here they've got air holes going down into the bottom bits.
Yeah. Oh well. There we go, people. We don't know the name of this ruin. I didn't check on the map before we came in. It's just below the Walkeringa goldfields. So, well worth a quick look. And then there's some other buildings off to the side as well. Well, we've been in South Australia for 2 weeks. And you can just see down there in the distance a sign that says, "Welcome to South Australia." Yep, bye-bye South Australia. And around here we pan. Eddie and Audrey, welcome to New South Wales. I've been to New South Wales before for last year's holiday, and even a little earlier this year when we're on tour. So we're at a little town that I'm going to pronounce as Cockburn. Some people call it Coburn, on the highway. And the land around here is very, very flat. Little old town, some old, obviously very old buildings here. Some of the little towns along this highway from Yunta up to here. You can see the age-old stone buildings. Some of them in still pretty good nick. So onwards we must push. Next stop is Broken Hill. Well, we made it through to Broken Hill, no issues. Took care of a few tasks that needed to be done. And we're up here at the Line of Load Memorial, or Miners Memorial. And it's an awesome spot to come up to. Oh, look at this bird that's soaring just right here in front of me. Hope he's on the screen. I must just know when I'm getting out to do a video and they'd come play. Just got to love it when the birds of prey are out having a scout around for some lunch. We've just had some lunch up here. Didn't get to sit on my chair. It's made for people about my size. Yet it's all chained off. So, I don't know, some short person must have fallen off and hurt their little toe or something. So now nobody's allowed to sit on it anymore. So, Connie's been over at the actual memorial taking some photos. We can get a lovely view of the town, and it's a memorial to all the miners who have died out here at Broken Hill. Fantastic place to come up. This is my second or third time up here now, and always a great view to come up and enjoy. So I just wanted to share it with you today before we get on the road. We're not staying in Broken Hill. We literally came into town. I think it was 5 different tasks to take care of. And now we're heading out of town to our next campsite. Where all going well, we'll be spending a couple of days. So we will touch base with you in a little while. Bye for now.